People say it gets better, but it doesn't. It just gets different, that's all. I like the ephemeral thing about theater. Every performance is like a ghost, it's there and then it's gone. We can't escape the shadow, so the best thing we can do is notice the light and be open to it. Don't be defeatist, dear, it's very middle class. I tend to head for what's amusing because a lot of things aren't happy. But usually you can find a funny side to practically anything. There is a kind of invisible thread between the actor and the audience, and when it's there it's stunning, and there is nothing to match that. It's true I don't tolerate fools, but then they don't tolerate me, so I am spiky. Maybe that's why I'm quite good at playing spiky elderly ladies. There's a difference between solitude and loneliness. The performances you have in your head are always much better than the performances on stage. An actor is somebody who communicates someone else's words and emotions to an audience. It's not me. It's what writers want me to be. The chemotherapy was very peculiar, something that makes you feel much worse than the cancer itself, a very nasty thing. I used to go to treatment on my own, and nearly everybody else was with somebody. I wouldn't have liked that. Why would you want to make anybody sit in those places? I don't think films about elderly people have been made very much. I think of Cocoon and Driving Miss Daisy. But they always seem to be fairly successful, so it's a bit baffling as to why everybody has to be treated as if they were 5 years old. I know there is something out there, and like most people, I tend to believe in it more when things go bad. One went to school, one wanted to act, one started to act, and one's still acting. Little girls, I am in the business of putting old heads on young shoulders, and all my pupils are the creme de la creme. Give me a girl at an impressionable age and she is mine for life. I had been feeling a little rum. I didn't think it was anything serious because years ago I felt a lump and it was benign. I assumed this would be too. It kind of takes the wind out of your sails, and I don't know what the future holds, if anything. I feel now like a hinge between generations, which is strange. It just happened recently. I think it's because my daughter is so much like me at her age. I feel like I'm reliving my own mother's experience of raising me. I had a very good English teacher who said to me that she thought I ought to do it. I don't know, she saw something, thank goodness, because I think if it hadn't been encouraged by somebody that serious, I'm not sure what would have happened to me. Try not to cry too much because it can be pretty heartbreaking and pretty hard. It's easy to get bogged down in bad news. When you get into the granny era, you're lucky to get anything. I am just surprised to be doing anything at my age, actually. When you think of where I am now and where I've come from, I am very pleased and very grateful to be standing up and delivering Julian's great lines. I like being outside and working with the elements. The elemental aspects of it. The physicality of it. I said it can't go on and he said no, it can't. Honestly, I don't think I could have mattered less to him by then. But by then, nothing mattered to him. It's always very nice to be somebody rather grand. I'm far, far, far from that. But of course, that's one of the joys of acting, is that you can move up in the world, even if you know, and the characters that you're playing, even if you don't. Alan Rickman was such a terrific actor, and that was such a terrific character that he played. And it was a joy to be with him. We used to laugh together because we ran out of reaction shots. There were always, when everything had been done and the children were finished, they would turn the camera around and we'd have to do various reaction shots of amazement or sadness and things. We used to say we got to about number 200 and something and we'd run out of knowing what to do when the camera came around on us. But he was a joy. Listen, I must be 110 by now. Granny is going to kick the bucket at some point. I think he is a terrific actor. And I've been rooting and voting for him since Gilbert Grape. I thought he was so amazing in that one.